Morning, everyone. I hope everybody's day is going good or night. Okay. Um, with a lot of it, I was told, you know, how I always get messages through God. And also, I saw some reels, but always check it out. I tried, but I've been having a lot of problems. Where, oh, that's interesting. Huh. I'll, check that out. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, what all through, check it out. These ones put reels or whatever they're called, that are real short. And I try to, go through and check it out. But for some reason, I couldn't do that. But it's important. And I was, told by God to look through and all these different ones and which ones to listen to and speak about. But anyway, now this first thing that I was doing, again, somebody was put this up. Check it out, because it was kind of weird. After I saw it, and I don't know, something popped up, and I read it real quick, and what I'm about to speak about mentioned, and it had LOL, that this person, they're trying to talk to people about relationships and stuff like that. So, I don't know. But these two, I heard of the one, but I don't know who they are. And I happened to come across that one's, I don't know, video or reel or whatever, because it was short. Anyway, but like I said, it didn't give any details, but obviously it was about a relationship. Now, again, I do not know who. It said Bow Wow. I don't know. Was given advice to a Travis. I don't know either one of them. Like I said, I heard that the one is a singer. I don't know. And what they were talking about, I don't know, Heisman to this Travis. I think that's football, that this person won the Heisman. Anyway, I spoke about all this and occasionally I'll speak about it, that artists and celebrities and, matter of fact, anybody, they need to be careful. I've said this before. You need to pay attention. Notice who is around you before you become famous. Or, who all of a sudden, when you start being famous and you actually do, who all of a sudden comes around, comes around, the ones that didn't give you the time of the day, or growing up, they made problems for you, bullied, or whatever. Now all of a sudden they're coming around. Especially if you did, all of a sudden become famous. You'll see ones, who didn't like you before, didn't know that you were, that famous. Now they're coming around. But you need to also, be careful when you meet somebody. Watch what they write, in comments, to others, on their pages, how much they like them. And then they'll say it to the others. And then, he mentioned he was trying to tell this person, apparently everybody's saying, I don't know, whoever he's with, I don't know, or somebody trying to, is like that. Don't know. But I'm not really speaking about them. It was just what he was saying, and he made good points. But you just have to be careful, that they're only there for, the money. And if they're writing on others, with emojis and stuff like that, that means that they're preying around, as in PRE. See who makes more, just in case they want to cheat. Also, you and only you need to pay attention. You can't go by the media. You can't go by what followers say, or etc. You need to check it out. And have ones pay attention, to, have the evidence also, if you can trust somebody. Oh yeah, and don't twist what I said about when I was telling you with Bow Wow. Again, I don't know who he is. Was saying not to believe him. To me, he was telling the truth. You know, you could see that. So I don't know what that was that popped up saying, you know, with LOL. But again, but if you ignore ones, you know, telling you the truth and you don't check it out, you know, who's lying, you know, because some people will lie and say things because they want you or they're trying to break you up. I already put this in another video, you know, where they're lying because they're in on it. You know, if you ask someone, you know, oh, are they cheating? You know, of course they're going to say no or whatever. You know, they could be cheating with them. And getting paid to cover it up. Because if you don't pay attention around you, if you are the one paying for everything, you know, when groups are out with you, you know, a bunch of friends or whatever, that's what I mean. You need to pay attention to that too. You need to pay attention, you know, notice what starts happening when you are around ones. If it, you know, if it's always the same or close to it. And the only thing that I could say is everyone needs to wake up. Check out things before you start assuming, holding on to grudges, doing revenge, and whatever else. You know, just remember God, and if needed, to have authorities, they'll take care of it. Everyone needs to come together and help to make it better around the world, as I always say, with good intentions. And let God handle the bad intentions. I mean, I know everyone understands that, what I was saying and what I mean. If you don't look into Yeah. But anyway, sorry, I was distracted. Sorry. If you don't look into, what you are told, or to know if it's the truth or not, well, that's on you. And you will have to, realize it on your own. I mentioned a lot of stuff in my other videos. It's called Celebrities and Everyone. I think it was called. Don't know. Anyway, the other thing is another one that I spoke about through my, videos. If you have a business, companies, once you see between 1 or 2 bad reviews or complaints that are said, check out to see what's going on. Once you see, as soon as you see a difference in sales, or, employees, or, whatever, either quitting, things missing, and you're not getting enough sales, as you always do, always check what kind of products, whatever business it is that is being bought. To see if it's the same. That you've been ordering, or, and being made. Or if it's being sold, as in, instead of getting bad, or not going, out on the shelves, or whatever it may be. Because anymore, people don't, understand and be grateful that they have jobs, that they're working. There's like too many like employees, pocketing or whatever. I don't know what kind of business you have, but you need to pay attention even more. You might be the boss, that's fine and dandy, but you need to keep on top of everything, or your business is going to go down the tubes. And you'll have even more complaints. Sometimes it could be, after ones are there for a while, the employees, and whenever it starts, and notice whoever's the boss's routine, like they notice that you're not keeping an eye out, they'll take advantage. And plus, again, I explained more in the other videos. To also keep an eye out when things are being delivered, you know, like say you're in a restaurant, you know, the meats or whatever. And you paid them. Just keep an eye out, because sometimes where I worked, the boss was distracted, and I don't know, somebody in the back there, and two of the waitresses were all in on it. Knew that, and the delivery person, they got paid, and the delivery person waited, and then they came back in and wanted to get paid again. Now, I don't know how long, you know, before then, before I got there, I happened to, you know, had to go up to, you know, and ask. I said, wait a minute. I went back. I said, didn't you just pay? And he goes, oh, I guess I have to pay. I said, no, you just paid. Well, they all got mad at me because I ruined their little whatever game. Anyway, apparently when they got paid again, when they asked, you know, to go on break or whatever, and that's when they split the money, whatever. You just have to be careful. And the other thing is that's going around is if you get something online or at a store and you know you have money on, you know, in your account or on your card, and your card gets denied, and then you decide to use a different one, and that gets denied. Okay, this is a new, how they're scamming. Before you use another card, you call up and ask why the card got denied. And if they said it's not, whatever, you know, tell them that you're at the store or whatever, wherever you do it online. Now, the thing is, you tell them how much it's for and tell them to refuse it, because you went to a fake page if you went online. And if you're at the store, it's one of them things, you know, that I've been telling you about. They're getting all the information and they're charging your card for that, whatever that much was. But you don't receive any products or whatever you bought. The other thing is that you have to be careful of. Now, they're targeting women. If you see someone, standing there and they're in a hoodie, just standing there, just watching, looking around, do not turn your back and lean in a car, to grab something. It's happening at gas stations. And wherever, you live, say you're in, apartments or whatever, in parking lots, they're standing there, in a hoodie, and they wait until you open up your door. This way they can, take your car or push you over to take you with them. Now, the thing is, if you see someone standing there, always have your keys with you. I mean, if you're at the gas station anyway, you're supposed to turn the motor off. You take it out and you stand there and wait for it or whatever. And if you're done, but if you see someone just hanging, you lock your door, you go back into the store. You don't try getting in your car, because they'll, what do you call it? Open up that door or push you over. Now, the ones that, where is it? Someone was in, the parking lot. They had others with them. They had, it was 2 women and 2 kids. They went into, the driver got in, and the other one was on the passenger side getting kids in. But the thing is, the driver did get the door closed quick enough, but, you need to hurry up and get into the car. And the person, did lock the door, and the one in the hoodie tried to break the window but couldn't, and they backed out. I mean, truthfully, I hope they called the authorities, because they walked away. Technically, they should have hit them. But anyway, sorry. That's kind of strange. Anyway. But always call 911 and, take off if you did get into the car. And make sure you tell them where they're walking towards. And the other one was, It's not only in this one was in Texas. Apparently there's pictures up all over the internet that this young kid got, or someone else got, and send it to this kid's mom's phone, parents' phone. There are two men. They have a van, asking women to help them put something in their van, and asking them, well, can you come see if you can help? Apparently, they asked a 16-year-old who was walking. She said no, and then she started to hurry up and start walking fast or running. And you should do the same and go into whatever place is around you and tell them. And if you can get into your car, you take off, you call 911. And the other thing is, Fabuloso. It's a cleaning product. Apparently, there's thousands of them being taken off the shelf because it has this bacteria that if you inhale it, it's causing death. It's causing a whole bunch of different kinds of illnesses, pneumonia, whatever. Because if you're wiping it around and everything, you're inhaling it. So you have to be careful of that now. And because it's the holidays, as I said, people with fake uniforms, they're coming around when it's sort of, and it's still a little light out, but put it this way, they shouldn't be coming that late. Going around and saying that we need to check everything because it's a gas leak. Just, don't open the door, like I've been saying through my videos. You call the gas company, whatever company it is, and always ask. And don't open the door. And I don't know why they, are saying this. But the ones that I'm dealing with, they're still trying to send, But anyway, they think that they're comedians. you know. Because I believe that, they grew up doing stuff, to entertain, families, friends, whatever. You might have been funny then, you grew up with doing pranks, but everyone didn't think it was funny. You thought you were a comedian, formed groups, came up with a plan of everyone, everything, all of you, in the group went through, what you heard. But none of you looked to see if what you heard was lies, what you went through, if there was help. Probably was, but you ignored it, like you keep ignoring, what karma you're going through about now. The whole time you had God on your side before you did all this. You listened to what ran in families, all thought, they did it, we'll do it, Don't matter who we harm, who we ruin, and get what we should have. They don't need it. They don't deserve it. But you didn't wait around to see what happened to those ones, that you followed their footsteps. But like I said, all think you're comedians and funny. Instead of just going out, going out there, doing what you want, but by working for it. And learning off of comedians, if you want to be, funny. Learning off of the comedians that are funny. And learn, why they don't harm or ruin. And they work at, getting it better, getting better at it. I know what you've been trying to do. I haven't spoken about it, for a little bit. Because I forget what that, you crossed the line, I think it was, and the one after that, I spoke about it because the cross the line got cut off somehow, and I had to continue it. Keep on doing it. Keep crossing the line, like I said. Because I know where your line is going. And I know where mine is. Okay, now, for the parents. I think I mentioned this before, but now it's getting even way out of hand with apps. There's an app called Likee, Likee. There's a whole bunch of predators on there, pedophiles, and etc. They're asking for pictures. They're pretending whatever age your child is. You know, they're asking, oh, go put your bathing suit on. With, you know, other questions. And then later on, they're asking for nude ones. Another one is, there's a, it's like a show, a video, videos. I don't know if everyone heard of that cartoon Caillou. Well, this is a look-alike. Well, that one is telling kids to get your friends and yourself to go in the street when cars are coming down the street. And the other one, it's a dragon show. Now this one is saying to the kids, that you have to die happy. And then telling them ask your parents if they are happy. And that they die happy. And then tell your parents that you have to, them. This way they could be, that they can die happy. And that's some type of dragon show. Now, those two, Caillou look-alike and dragon show, guess where that is on? Now, these two are legit programs, apparently. But again, I have nothing against YouTube, but you look at everybody's before you put it up. Why isn't it that for children, you're not looking at what they're saying to these children? They might have other good points or whatever and everything. I'm just saying. But this child ran in and was saying how much he loves them. And he didn't want to say anything. The next day, they heard something they were doing something on there. And the child asked again, about, do you have to die happy? That I need to, blank you. I guess I'll do my opinions afterwards. Anyway, the other thing is these chargers that people buy, to charge your phones and stuff. You have to be careful of these too, apparently. Apparently, there are fake ones and the real ones. The one that you put in, plug in the socket. Well, you take that and you turn your camera light on or whatever. Your light. Or put it up against the light. Now, where it has, that mark like a charge thing, that side should be up. You put it over top of the light. And if you don't see on there 2 circles that are lit up, because of the light. If that doesn't happen, apparently they are fake. Because there are chips in there to get all your information, all your pictures, everything. And the other one is, again, that children go on. It's called We Play. Again, pedophiles. Roblox. Is that you? Okay. Roblox is getting weird too. If you have children, settings on there, where you don't speak or whatever, they don't interact or what, doesn't work. Because this child was on there, and it's with SpongeBob saying, Why are you ignoring me? And some other things. And the other one is, between adults and teens. Well, one is missing. And apparently, I don't know, FBI checked it and arrested, well, I forget how many, but it was a lot that was on the roadblocks. I don't know if that child is still missing or not. And the other one is where this child, I guess about 9 or something like that, was on Roblox. And it was an older guy in his the late 70s, almost 80, asked this child, oh, where do you live, and everything. And the person found, picture of the child and the mom. The child was outside playing. That guy came up to their home. The kid didn't know who he was. And the guy asked for the mother. I mean, The other thing is, if you have an an Amazon Alexa AI, well, apparently this person asked something and said they are, their point of their service, their devices, that the New World Order is listening in on your privacy. And some of them have cameras to show what your home looks like and send them to a internal services, I don't know, and others, and also third parties. And you can guess where they're ending up at. I don't know, it's called dark web or something like that. I don't know. Along with all your information. And that's another one that you have to be careful of. The other one is, I don't know where this place is, but it's called Concord Mills Mall. Say that a few times. Anyway, apparently Do not go to the bathrooms by yourself. Because you have to go down a long hallway in order for you, and behind a few doors, swinging doors, apparently, as this person was showing. Anyway, the girl went in there. There was a guy there. The girl was in there, and apparently the guy was in a stall first. And then he had something in his hand and banging all the doors open. But somebody came in and they started to leave. The girl asked if they knew him. And they were like, no. That person was a cleaning person. They didn't know who he was. And then this person, young kid, had a can of toxic bug spray. I don't know if it was taken down. I don't know. I mean, I seen it, so it must be still up. Videoed himself taking that spray in Walmart. Didn't show where. All the fruits, the meats, the vegetables, and everything. But apparently, he did get arrested. And guess what they're saying? Oh, we get a bunch of them in, blah, 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 whatever. Oh, he's just being a prankster. You know what? No. He should get charged. This way he can learn a lesson. And maybe try giving him, one of the fruits. Because what happens if one of his family, happened to walk in right after he left? So, again, as I said in my other videos, what the frig, like Walmart and others, how you watching your stores and your businesses? Not one saw that kid spraying anything. And like that other one, not one saw someone taking their underwear off and just throwing it everywhere. I don't know how listeria starts or whatever, but, it's food's being contaminated. I mean, there's even more, with ham. There's, cucumbers now. Don't these people, think you're trying to poison or whatever, spray things, because you want, someone to, views, or, oh, I'm being macho, I'm being this, whatever the word is. That you have to go do this, get all that food, or whatever, wherever things are made, because it's being contaminated, that you think by wasting all that food, or that's not going to, I don't know, maybe you'll be taking one of those foods home, or whatever it is that's been, things been taken off shelves because of something being contaminated for some odd reason. These people really think that it's not going to touch you. But you don't care because it's touching everybody else. And you're wasting food. You do know that is a big sin. And you really think that God doesn't see you? And what's going on? You want to be famous and all that, blah, 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 Instead of teaching the kids the right way, I guess you don't have children, or maybe you do, and maybe you have them, doing crap, contaminating, children's minds and stuff like that with all this bullshit, BS. Are these people really serious? Really? Now, I know that your minds aren't really that confused. You better be careful because, like I said, whatever you do, it's going to come back to you. One way or another, all this stuff being contaminated, all this stuff, whatever, it is going to go directly to whoever did it, came up with the idea, who's getting paid to do it, and skip everybody else. Because God works in mysterious ways. But you forgot about that. Because you'll only, oh God, oh Lord, you have to say his name twice, and sometimes 3 times before you say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You forgive me? well, you're God, you should forgive, and I won't do it anymore. But then, you're out scheming something else, making plans to do something else because you think he heard you. Well, he did. That he's going to, oh, you're forgiven. I'll just ignore all those ones that you just murdered, or, because you contaminated food, and you did this, and you did that, But because you're in trouble. And you expect him to drop everything and do what you say because you're in trouble. And forget all the ones that you harmed, all the ones that, like I said, what you did, who you tried to ruin, and whatever else. You expect him to forget all about that. I think not. You should have never, took God out of you in the first place. You should always have conversations, with a loved one who passed to help you guide, to guide you, your spiritual team, and wait for their answers, like I said, through signs and stuff like that, to make sure, if you're leery or whatever, to make sure that they're there. You should have a conversation, be grateful every day. Not to wait until, the karma is going back to you even worse. Or, you got arrested. Now, for all these ones who are spying, as I said, with all this, I didn't say who it was. It just said that the New World Order, whoever made that, I don't know. And not that I don't care. It's just that I know God is watching, and he'll take care of whoever does wrong. This is what I mean. I don't get into anything. Especially if you're not doing something that, is right. I don't want to know. You stay away. Don't tell me anything. Well, I'll probably forget what you said anyway. But, no, I will forget. Somebody told me something yesterday. Somebody told me something an hour ago. I don't remember. This is what I'm talking about. Something that's not important, or, that I'm supposed to forget, I will forget. That's how I am. I don't get into people or whatever's business, and I don't care to. But if you get into my business, well, that's a different story. And with that, you won't know what hit you. That I will guarantee. I don't care who you are. You don't have the right to spy on anybody. I don't know what's up with that. And this charger, that's another story. Because I just got one. And I'm glad I was just told about it. Because I checked. And it's a fake one. And that's kind of strange, too, that I was just told. It's strange that they want to know, how is it that fake crap, they actually said something, but, I'm not going to repeat that. And these videos, like, that I mentioned, with the children and stuff like that, they want to know, how does that get around quicker than, others or other things. How is it that, some things are delivered quicker than others? Now, again, they want me to mention, now, these products or whatever is being bought, is, let's see, you're running a business, right? You want people to buy it. Getting a lot of, sales and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Why would someone be that stupid to do something to a product or whatever it may be? I mentioned things with you know, with the tag trackers or whatever, and other things inside clothes and stuff like that, or whatever. Why would you be that stupid? To ruin your company when you are getting a lot of, I don't know, not foot traffic, but traffic to buy your stuff. Why would you ruin it by, harming people with stuff that's in your products? Or not keeping an eye, like I said, on whoever. Now with the clothing stuff, okay, it's somebody that sews because it's inside and sewed up. So, like I said, you have a business, you need to check what is there. Now, if you're a restaurant and bar, stuff like that, you need to check. If you make stuff there, but all of a sudden, you're getting new stuff that is being there because, they're making it on their own and bringing it in, a different type or different flavor, whatever. No one notices it. Doesn't anybody pay attention anymore? Or is it, just, well, who cares who, I harmed today? Who cares, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's all going to stop because it's all going to go back to whoever is involved doing anything anymore. That's what I was just told. Because all of them, or you, whatever, how you want to say it, because, I don't know, anymore, people have to be careful what they say because people think that we're talking about them when they know we're not, unless you're doing something. I mean, right now, I'm not speaking about anybody. I'm just speaking what is going on around everybody. And it's not only, people. It's businesses and companies and etc. need to, crack down. And start cracking down of, okay, they need to, all these ones, I don't care where you work at, doesn't matter. If you're crooked, and you will be punished. I mean, really. Because what? You think that it's going to bypass you? Whatever you're doing? No. It's not. You know, I'm just bringing things up, what I'm told. And, you know, and after I'm told, they said, you'll see, it will pop up. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's not only, everybody, you know, that I'm letting know. It's all the ones that think that they're going to get away with it and it's not going to, get back to them. Like that kid, spraying the foods and everything. Like, it's not going to get back to you if you did buy it. You might not have. Just say, how about, your mom or whoever walked in right after you left, but you got caught. But again, what happens if somebody walked in and got something and took it back to your home, or I should say your house, and cooked you something? You didn't think about that, did you? I guess you have, what is it? Too many marbles in your head? Or not enough? I forget which way it goes. Either way, it means that you're doing stupid stuff. And if you're not careful, you will become stupid. Meaning, you'll be so confused. Well, I mean, I don't, the karma that's hitting everybody, in my situation, I don't know what God has planned. So you better be careful, because that's what you just wanted from me. Yeah, I knew about that too. That you wanted me stupid and, whatever. I heard it all, growing up. And it's just coming back to me. And that part, I guess that I was reminded, for me to bring it up. But believe me, I won't remember it. I'll make sure I would forget it, because I can do that. Anything like that I don't care about, stupid stuff, and, doesn't bother me. Because again, I know what God's going to do. Among the others. So I'm telling you, yeah, as it goes, as the saying goes, well, I forget how the saying goes, really. It gets better after the storm or something like that. Yeah, well, the storm is here and it's almost over. Or, you know. But this is getting out of hand. I don't know what these people are watching or learning off of, who they're learning off of, and etc. But I'm going to say, you better make sure that, things get spread around. To be careful. Pay attention what's around you. And if you're watching something, if somebody tells you to go kill somebody, whatever, delete it and get out of there. Okay? And what really gripes is that you speak about God, okay? I mean, you can watch it or whatever, and see what it's all about. But I can't stand when someone says that God or Jesus has a urgent message for you. If you miss it or skip over this, you will have bad luck for the rest of your life, something like that. Blah, 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 etc. If you want to talk like that, do not put my father in your mouth. My Heavenly Father, my daddy, and supposed to be everybody's dad, will never say that. Oh, if you don't listen to this message, I'm going to give you bad luck or whatever. Whatever it may be. He wouldn't do that. I mean, unless you continue not to listen, like one's in my situation. Don't speak about God who is of the light, and then next breath speak negative. Don't think it's balancing. Because you know what that reminds me of when people do that? You know those stupid friggin' whatever? And, okay, never mind. I won't say what I was going to say when I was going to say. You know those chain letters? Oh, if you don't send it out to 250 people, you'll have bad luck. That's what it sounds like. Now, people believe that. It will happen, though. Because if you have faith, especially with that. God won't hurt us. He wouldn't give us just bad luck, because we, didn't. I mean, you can watch it and everything, but I'm just saying. I mean, you could try it and look at it or whatever. It might be totally something different. But things, when it comes up like that, I don't watch. I mean, I did, but it was totally something different. But I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on, but all this needs to stop. Because again, like I said, God sees everything. All of heaven sees everything. And by doing stuff, what's going around that I've been mentioning and others, that's not going to go to you. You never know who it will go to, and yet it will come to you. Like I said, what that kid did, somebody could have walked in there right after they left, bought something to make dinner or whatever at their home. You don't know, because you didn't think of it. Anyway, I got a lot to do. I just wanted to come on, get out what I was told. And again, I thank you, everyone. And I send lots of love, light, peace. Positive thoughts all around the world. And I'm proud of everyone. Ciao.